Hello, it's Sumayah here from the chaplaincy. My name is Sumayah Hussain and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a lovely warming pumpkin soup. First of all, I'm going to start by showing you all the ingredients you will need for this recipe. So I will just move the camera around and show you what we've got. So for this recipe you will need 1 large pumpkin, 2 onions, 1 stock cube, some seasoning of your choice. So I've got garlic salt, some chili flakes. I've also got salt and pepper. The other way around. And I've also got some olive oil, as you can see. Now, the first step of this video is to chop the 2 onions finely. So I'm going to do that now and come back to you once I've done that. And then you need to pop them into the pan to sweat down and go all nice and cooked. Hello, I'm back again for part 2. Right, so I'm going to show you what the onions look like after sweating in the pan on a moderate heat. Once I first put them in, then I turn the heat down gently. They've been cooking down for 5 minutes, sweating off in a bit of 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'll show you what they look like right now. So for the next step for this recipe is to add in the seasoning. So what I'm going to add is 1 teaspoon of chili flakes and 1 teaspoon of garlic salt. Right, so here is the third step. The third step is to tackle the pumpkin. What I am going to do, I'm going to cut the pumpkin in half, then half again, so into quarters. I'm going to then remove the peel. I'm going to scoop out all the seeds and any of the stringy parts and cube the pumpkin. So once I have done that, I will show you the end result. Right, I'm back, and I believe for the fourth step. Right, so now I have got 1 kilogram of cubed pumpkin. I'm going to add this to the saucepan, and this is going to cook down for 8 to 10 minutes. Also for this recipe, I forgot to mention before, we will be adding 150 mils of double cream. So if you're a vegan, feel free to find a substitute. This will help to make the soup nice and rich and creamy. Right, so the pumpkin has been cooking for 10 minutes and it's gone nice, golden and soft. And so what I've got here is I've got 700 ml of vegetable stock. What I'm going to now do is take my whisk and give it a good whisk. Make sure you be very careful with hot water, so I'm just using the end. Just give it a good mix, make sure it's all dissolved. I'm going to add this to the pan and let the pumpkin simmer in the pan now for 10 minutes. Welcome back. Now the pumpkin is all soft, the final step is, well, ingredient wise, is to add the double cream. So I'm just going to grab the cream and I'm going to pour all 150 ml of it into the soup. And I've also turned the gas off and I'm just going to get the spoon to make sure I get all of it out. And we now need to blend the soup using a hand blender. Or if you have a NutriBullet, you could pop it into one of them, but please be very careful as the soup is quite hot. So what I would normally do is let it cool down for a couple of minutes. Yeah. Also, just before I'm going to blend the soup, I'm going to season it. So I'm going to add some cracked black pepper to the soup. And I'm also going to add a little bit of salt, because remember, we already added the garlic salt earlier. So I don't want it to be too overpowering. So I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. That should be fine. And I'm now going to use the hand blender to blend the soup, and I'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to the video. Now it's time to taste test the soup. So I've got my soup here. I'll zoom you in so you can have a look. Got the soup here. You can see the steam's coming out. It's nice and creamy. Here's some bread that I've got to serve it. And now I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of little bit of extra virgin olive oil on the soup. So let's just crack that open, give that a little, just add a little bit, just to make it a bit even more irresistible. Let's give this a go. Let me see what it tastes like. I have tasted it before, gave it a little taste earlier. Let's see what the final product is like. It's a little bit warm, and look, when you mix it and you've got the oil in, it looks really pretty as well. Right, let me just lift the camera up a little bit. Be careful if it's too warm. If you take some from the edge. It's really good. If you're not a fan of chili, I would suggest putting half a teaspoon, because the cream does help to milden it, make it a bit more mild, but it's definitely got that kick there. Let's see what it's like with the bread. Yeah, it's really good. It's really nice and comforting, and I like how it's got that note of garlic to it as well. So you've got the layers of flavour, and it just elevates the pumpkin as well, because I think pumpkin can be quite a bland flavour, so it needs a little bit else, something else, a little bit more in the background. So yeah, definitely give this a go. And what you can do is, we've got a chaplaincy Twitter, which is USW chaplaincy. If you want to send a picture, if you make this recipe, don't forget to send us a picture and do hashtag USW chaplaincy. Also, we may be looking into getting an Instagram page, so feel free to also hashtag your picture at USW chaplaincy. So we'd love to see your pictures. Yeah, so, and if you maybe create anything else that's pumpkin related or anything else, send in your photos.